And we're back, and we hope you got a lot of info from all those things during the ad. Especially, there's something about the tourism, the caves at the Oguni caves at Anambra State. That's a lovely spot to go someday, probably when we have the chance to just tour and see what this country has in store. There are a lot of great things here, and it's likely. So before we go into our major topic, we're going to have, a chat with somebody who's a security expert in certain fields, yes, especially with the recent ban on Okada activities here in Lagos State. It's trending, it's a hot topic. People are disturbed. Like a lot of people yesterday, because of a lot of videos that were circulating, people were agitated and afraid to move from one point to the other because they didn't want to fall into a situation whereby you get somewhere and there's a violent clash going on there. So to put the minds of everybody out there, those who are watching, those who get informed, we will have with us Lukman Enita Aminu. He's a security expert in that field, like I just said. So he'll join us as we speak and tell us more what is going on, because they have first-hand info about some of these things going on. Like we were saying before, during our newspaper reviews and our chit-chat also, because it's a very topical issue. These bike riders, majorly, two concerns should be on safety, safety on themselves and people who are their passengers. The second thing is on security. A lot of these people, they're not registered people, they're ghosts. We hear a lot of them even come. When I say ghosts, I don't mean like an apparition. I mean they're like faceless people. A lot of them come from outside the country. They're not even Nigerians. So you just don't know what they're up to. You don't know if they're here to upstart some kind of terrorist activities. With the lynchings and killings, that puts people, on the edge. So we need to clarify these issues with people there and here in the studio. So that's just a lot of disturbing issues.
The most important thing that we need to do is to let them understand that there is law. They must obey the law of the land. They must obey traffic rules. They must know that the other person also has rights. They don't care about all this, and that's the problem that we're having with them. That you make means out of the motorbike is important. But their rude behavior, their manners to other road users, and even passers-by, when you get to where they hang around, you just don't need to talk anything. All they pounds on you.
Yes.
And once that is done, you get a problem.
There's no escaping
They
it.
will come one after the before you understand, a crowd is formed by them. And they are not going to ask questions. They just go straight to what they intend to do.
That's really
They
sad.
must understand
Even when you see them packed carelessly on highways. You might even, you might have crossed the road or you want to use, there's nowhere for you to stand properly, probably at a bus stop. There's this fight between them and the other commercial vehicles. You might be crossing a road, you will run straight into them, you can't even move, thereby exposing you to danger from an oncoming vehicle that could knock you down. And these things are very horrible. I mean, you need to witness it to actually understand the depth of, the problem they are posing on the roads. Even cars are at risk. An oncoming car, you might want to stop. You don't know where to park exactly. They are everywhere. You cannot move from in certain streets. They are covered everywhere. It's like you said, we have more commercial motorcycles than people actually living in Lagos. And you wonder, where do they all come out from? You know, at any point. Yes, sometimes because of traffic, easement of traffic, they're important. Also, maybe when you get to move around late, they're important. They can take you away, you know, in just a few minutes, and you get to your designated
But the
point.
disadvantage is
And
higher.
it's more. It
It's higher.
outweighs the advantages.
What I think government needs to do now is to put regulations. Once that is done and they're ready to obey, open the road for them.
Yeah, true.
Because they also help, like you said, sometimes you come late, you can see taxis get into some,
Points.
some secondary roads are so bad that motor can go in.
Yeah.
But they can take the risk to go in.
True.
That's good. But they must have regulations to follow. They cannot be on their own and constitute the kind of nuisance that I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
When they've not properly imposed the ban, they're preparing to impose the ban. But if you see the number of Okada riders that I saw, guy, this Lagos is a smaller place for them. And that's what is replicated in some other parts of the
In
country.
many other parts
Now
of
that
the
they have
country.
this idea in Lagos, their counterparts in some other states will be hoping to go on another spree of riots.
Yeah.
Why should you ban our counterparts in Lagos and you are using us here? And they could do that.
You know, like there was a video yesterday where these cyclists were attacking law enforcement agencies, and they were actually agents rather. They were actually shooting at them, not the law enforcement agents, but where they procured these arms, we don't know. They were shooting at these police people.
And that's the danger in it,
Exactly.
especially now that we are moving into elections. Now, if you see those kind of people, you know that they are
willing tools.
to destroy.
Willing
like,
tools
like
of
you
destruction.
said, sometimes when you speak what is right, like someone said, you speak the truth, you're going to die. You speak lies, you're also going to die. So speak the truth and better die. How is our border being manned? How are our borders controlled?
Exactly.
Of what security effect do the borders have? Because when you see strange people coming into the system and you're not knowing where they're coming from, Nigeria is a country that I really cannot tell what we are or who we are. Now, if you cross into Benin, they must tell you, show your card.
Your ID.
In Nigeria, you don't do that. Anyone can come and take a place of a real citizen of the country, and no one will ask. And so they can perpetrate whatever it is. I had the privilege to have been at the border some point in time, and I saw people going out of Nigeria, and then law enforcement agents having confrontation with them, with the kind of things they've stolen from this same country. So the borders need to be properly manned by security agents and check what you need to check, because you don't know the danger you are allowing into the country, and it could affect you as well as other people.
Exactly, because most times people have that lackadaisical attitude of it doesn't concern me or it's not my problem. But at the end of the day, do you know how it's going to turn around the trajectory it will take and probably affect, if not you directly, maybe somebody close to you? So these are things people need to start understanding. Border security in Nigeria, it's low. Because if we had proper border security, there will be adequate documentation. I mean, no country actually closes its borders 100% from people who are trying to come in, because at some point, yes, because of foreign understandings and diplomatic relations and all that, you know. But what is the documentation process that takes place? A lot of these people are not even registered. They don't come in with their own country's passport. They don't have any residential permits. They don't have any work permits. And we tend to put these things like a Western thing. Why is it not done here? Why is there no work permit from people who are coming in from Togo, Mali, Niger, Republic, Chad, and all those places. Why is there no documentation? How come we who live in this country were practically being forced to get national identity cards, which are not even forthcoming? But for strangers, aliens, you give them total freeway to get into our space and constitute a nuisance. And these are people that once they commit atrocities, it's very easy for them to slip out of the country without being detected. So this ban on these Okada riders, it's likely, like you rightly suggested, it could take a course or period of 3 to 5 or 6 months. Let a proper framework be put down, yes, so that it will guide their activities, it will regulate their work. And besides regulation and all, you know, they could actually, through their unions, maybe, you know, have insurance, because a lot of them, we see how they get injured, you know,
get killed,
or killed. So there needs to be insurance, there needs to be road regulation. A lot of them are not even familiar with the highway codes. They don't even know anything. They will tell you somebody bought a bike for them. Once you can veer and rev it and move, that means you're expert. They need to be certified. What are the driving schools handling these people, this set of people, and certifying them roadworthy, you know, to get on the road? What has been put in place, or what will be put in place for passenger and rider safety? I mean, we need to get to that point where once you get on a bike, or you're about to get on a bike, you demand a helmet and you're given a clean one and you move. Because, I mean, if you fall or a car hits something, you can imagine what will happen. If you don't get injured, you might die. It's just those two things. These people, how do they communicate? Yes, we know a lot of transporters in Nigeria are rowdy and unruly. You can't take that away from them. But they need to be properly reoriented, you know, given a new orientation concerning their dealings with people, especially when there is, you know, some kind of problem. It mustn't escalate into a fight. It mustn't escalate into an altercation or an opportunity to mob or lynch somebody. Those things have to end. So I think these things should be keyed in together. At the end of the day, proper manual will be issued forth, and they can use it to move on and still be able to make their livelihood.
What I see about Okada is that no matter how you patronize them, the moment you're off their way, you condemn them because of their attitudes. Not that that means of transportation is wrong. It is good. But those practicing it are not coordinated.
Exactly.
They are roadworthiness. They don't have any idea of what it should be. We talk about roadworthiness, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Now, these are roadworthless. They don't have any regard to any other road user. And they don't have regard to any other person that wants to advise them on something they are doing. Like you said, someone just, let me empower you. Because that's the way they empower you to go die or go to prison. The politicians will buy Okada and give to them. Another politician will come and ban like this. Because we don't have employment, people keep risking, because that's a big risk in itself. Riding on the highway, it's a big risk.
Yes, it is.
But instead of them to think twice, this is a risk, I must first of all protect myself and protect the passenger that I'm carrying so that I can come back the next day. They don't think that. Now, some of them you meet, they will tell you we are graduates and we're not happy doing what we're doing. But you cannot use that on other people. We know the country leadership is wrong, totally wrong, has no time for employment. Now, if you've been involved in that, use it to feed yourself and your family in a proper way.
Yeah.
Respect the laws of the land. respect other road users so that you will not have this problem that they're having now.
True.
Ban you today, call you back tomorrow, ban you again. For how long would Okada be banned in this country? Because I knew there was also a point in time in Lagos here. They banned them, seized their Okadas, took to some places.
Yeah, that's a regular
There was another time that
activity.
you must have helmet.
Yeah.
If you don't have, you can't ride. So they've been going through crises all the time, but still they don't learn out of it. The one that they're doing that is wrong now is lynching people at every slight misunderstanding. I'm so much in support of this ban, and I think it should spread around the state for about 3 or 5 months for them to have a rethink and then come in terms with the government of the day.
And also for some of them, most of them are not even registered. When you get to
Do they even have number plates?
Yes, they
just have
do.
something fixed on it.
But sometimes you don't even take that into consideration. You just, your mind is mentally tuned to just getting on that bike and moving. I don't think a lot of us actually take time to know what is on their vehicles or not. We just step on blindly. And another thing is we've never seen an avenue where these bike people have actually come together, to make a statement or a forum, put up a forum like, okay, these are our problems. In as much as we want to make a living, how can we peacefully coexist with every other person around us? I think they should also look into that, not just the government, like you said, that they've got educated people doing all that with them. So they should be able to sit down, mention their problems, and say, okay, fine, when it comes to safety or, security, this is the part we're going to do. I mean, if all things being equal, most of these bike riders can actually be used for better things, not just perpetrating evil acts. Like if there is a situation whereby some kind of networking for security needs to be done, monitoring, things and activities within a specified location, I think that will work. You understand? You give info maybe to government agencies and all that, or agents, and it works. And that is more productive than maybe bag snatching, the kind of things they do. Somebody's coming out from a bank, they yank the person's bag away, or someone is working with a handbag or a purse, they drag it, or some people are going for robbery, they will use that bike and get there so they can make quick escapes. But like I said, they should have a union or a body or a group of people who stand up for them as their face, as their representatives, and tell the government or parley with them.
It's difficult.
It's difficult, but it's doable.
Getting an occupation means understanding the environment that occupation operates. The Okada rider, no matter how educated he is or he was, the moment he gets involved in it, it looks like the conductor of a bus. They don't have straightforward thinking.
I don't want to bust out laughing, but I think we have a discussant on this issue. Like I said, his Lukman Anita is a security expert. So let's have Lukman with us here. Hello, Lukman.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
I think we're still having a bit of difficulty.
Okay, like I was saying. Now, the environment in which you operate.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Oh, good morning, Lukman. Good morning.
Thank you very much for having me this. Let me simply apologize for being on here late. I was stuck in traffic lights repeatedly, and that's why I came late. Yes, thank you very much. I wouldn't know what you want to express.
Okay, we're talking about the Okada ban in Lagos State. As a security expert and one who moves around from community to community and having relations with the police and other agencies, please can you tell us what seems to be the problem exactly with this group of people trying to do their job, but at the same time, it seems they have become a menace to our society?
Okay, yes, thank you very much. I would like to start from the point of how did we get here before we talk about the many. We got to this point because of our persons in this part of the world, particularly very hasty, always in a rush, and that was why I think we got to this. If we look back 10, 15, 20, 25 years backward, you realize we didn't have motorbikes on Lagos Road this much. However, even in countries where we have motorbikes on road, they usually have checkpoints. However, as a people, over time, previous governments have at one point or the other implemented either a partial ban or in some localities within the state. However, we the people are still the same set of people who still keep encouraging the people by bringing them back on board, even when we realize what they are doing is at the risk of our lives. When you are told that bikes are not highways in certain places, you still see people and say, no, just don't carry me there. You're not going to pursue. And eventually, you now have more almost hundreds of thousands, if not almost a million, in the hospital. So if we look from that point onward, we now need to ask ourselves, who are the people, who are the operators of these societies, what are their identities? Get to realize that we don't just have locals, Nigeria, but we also have foreigners who are also doing this business.
Mr. Lukman.
But when we look down the security line, I think we look at the organizations have what information every individual operator we have on the road, and we believe we realize that the information we have are very scanty and can be almost useful for tracking intelligence.
Okay.
Mr. Lukman, yesterday I saw a viral video going around and I saw the number of Okada riders. Now, just a few days after the governor announced the ban has not even gone into effect. It will take effect from first. Okay. But you see the kind of people that took over the streets, some parts of Lagos. Now, if it's probably put to place from first, don't you think that Lagos State itself will be sitting on that time bomb, especially now that we're going for politics and politicking? If something is not drastically and urgently done about what kind of group that we have called the Okada group.
If I respond to that, I'll say Lagos will not be sitting on a time bomb. Saying Lagos will be sitting on a time bomb is a very long exercise. Let me just bring us back just 2 years or a year backward, which is the COVID era. When we had EVs, we couldn't go out. We realized we could do a lot of things. The only thing that did happen once the ban is implemented is that some offices will just need to just stay back home, just to reduce the volume of people on the road, to reduce traffic, and that way everything will balance in one place. I just don't believe that we do well to try to ensure that we want to try to influence the government to try and to protect our lives and properties. We are not on granting and complaining that this is supporting us. It's many of us that are businesses. Many of us don't want to be the offices. Many of the offices that are out their bosses that people also go to office can do many of those things. And the more we reduce the number of people on the road, the easier it was to achieve optimal efficiency, the easier it will be for people to daily needs and enjoy their life. It's not about a crisis for the because we understand very well It's just about persons, what we need to adapt to, a new norm, a new normal, and we live our life normally. No cause for alarm, no cause for fear for us here in Lagos. We understand that everyone understands what the government is trying to do about the protection of life and properties. And that is what we look at as the first thing. So as not to endanger our lives on the road, ourselves prone to more hazard and disaster. Thank you.
All right, one more question before we let you go. Now, with this ban, it's been put in place across 6 LGAs and LCDAs. Is this going to be a permanent ban? And how soon will it spread across the local governments in Lagos State?
Just asking is the government policy. It's not a decision of one man, and it will be wrong for me to just say it's going to be a permanent ban. It might be a ban that would apply a period of time. It would most likely be a ban that the previous bans, especially on the highways and the listed roads. It will be a ban that will help us improve our situation and also make life easier for people.
All right. Thank you so much, Lukman Enita Aminu, for being with us. Sorry you had to come in late. We would have had more time to chit-chat over this, but we appreciate your contribution on the matter. Do have a lovely day, and we hope the roads will be clearer for you to move ahead.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely day as well. And I'm telling everybody, using this opportunity to tell us to enjoy their stay. No cause for alarm, no cause for fear. It's about protection of our humanity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, too. Have a lovely day ahead. Bye now.
No, you know what I was saying? Now, if you put this number of crowd off their job, a country with no unemployment is at
crime
its
rates
peak.
will
Now,
increase.
what are you going to do with them?
Well, like I believe the government should have a plan in place.
This government that does not have plan for employment over the years.
Let's see how it pans out. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll go straight into our major topic for the day. Stay tuned.